Welcome to this tutorial on Searchlight's unique and extremely powerful federated search, which is available in the Enterprise edition of Searchlight. Searchlight's federated search is a unique feature that uses a highly bespoke and proprietary algorithm that is only found in Searchlight. In this tutorial, I'm going to explain what a federated search is, and then I'm going to demonstrate a federated search. So, let's begin by explaining what a federated search is. A federated search is a search that is initiated by Searchlight on one computer, and yet the search is performed on one or more remote computers. The difference between Searchlight's enterprise search and its federated search is quite subtle, so I'll use a diagram to explain the difference. The diagram displayed now shows an overview of Searchlight's enterprise search, and to find out more about Searchlight's enterprise search feature, please watch the Searchlight enterprise search tutorial. On the left-hand side of the diagram, you can see a number of files that Searchlight reads when it starts up. In the middle of the screen you can see the Searchlight console, and on the right-hand side, you can see a number of SL servers that are being hosted on remote computers. When Searchlight communicates with its SL servers, it does so using an encrypted TCP/IP connection, and as depicted, the communications is encrypted using the PGP system. The most important thing to see on this diagram is the fact that each of the SL servers are connected to their own data storage. As such, on receipt of a search request from the Searchlight console, each of these SL servers will search their own attached storage. In most circumstances, this is perfectly acceptable, as you want to search the contents of a remote computer. However, there are circumstances when Searchlight is required to search a massive data store, which could be many terabytes in size. Such a search, in most cases, would not be possible using a single computer, as it would just take too long, so this is where Searchlight's unique federated search capability can be used. So, now let's look at an overview of Searchlight's federated search. As you can see, this diagram is very similar to the previous diagram that showed Searchlight's enterprise search. However, there is a very subtle difference that I will now explain. The important difference is that each of the remote SL servers are mapped to the same massive data store. This means that all of the remote SL servers can be utilized to search the same massive data store. There are three very important features of Searchlight's federated search algorithm that I must highlight, and that many will find counterintuitive. The first feature is that none of the remote SL servers communicate with each other, nor with Searchlight, whilst they are performing their search. The second feature is that none of the SL servers will search a file that any of the other SL servers search. The third important feature is that none of the SL servers have to pre-build an index of the file names stored in the massive data store prior to starting their search. Considering these three features collectively, you may be wondering how it is that without pre-building an index of the file names in the search path prior to beginning their search, none of the SL servers search a file that any of the other SL servers search. This is achieved by utilizing Searchlight's proprietary algorithm, and probably achieves something that no other system can do. So, now you have an understanding of what a federated search is, and how it differs from a plain enterprise search. I will now show you a federated search in action. However, before proceeding with the federated search demonstration, I will show you the search definition, named 1000 postcode files, that will be used. In order to see this definition, I will select the Save Searches option from the top-level Files menu, and then select the option, Edit Saved Searches File, whereupon the Maintaining Saved Searches dialog is displayed. Then, on double-clicking the saved search, named 1000 postcode files, its definition is presented. There are two things to note that are of particular interest about this definition. Firstly, the definition is pointing to a directory named 1000 postcode files, which is a subdirectory under the Searchlight's test data directory. It should be noted that this directory has been created, especially for this federated search demonstration, and will not be installed as part of a Searchlight install. The second thing to note is that the search word has been defined as the search word Searchlight. For this demonstration, the search word Searchlight has been embedded within 5 of the 1000 files that are going to be searched. This last point is something that is of particular importance and should be remembered. So, now you know how the saved search definition that we are going to use is configured. Let's exit this screen and return to Searchlight's main screen. With the main Searchlight screen displayed, select Enterprise Search from the search menu, whereupon a list of available search profiles is displayed. In this case, the single search profile, named SL Servers, is displayed, which is similar to the search profile we created in the Enterprise Search tutorial. On double-clicking the SL Servers search profile, its search profile definition is displayed. It should be noted that we have assigned 5 SL servers to participate in this search, and these were created and assigned as shown in the Enterprise Search tutorial. In order to show the federated search in action, and the immense power that it offers, we are going to select the saved search, named 1000 postcode files. Each of these files contain about 200K of text consisting of postcodes and place names. In order to appreciate the increase in searching efficiency achieved by a federated search, we will perform both an enterprise search and then a federated search across the same 1000 postcode files. So, first, let's ensure that all 5 SL servers are searching the same 1000 postcode files by setting the saved search definition accordingly and checking the checkbox that is named Search Name for all SL servers. Now, we can initiate the search by selecting the search button. The remote search process begins by Searchlight checking that each of the SL servers is available and ready. Once Searchlight receives an indication back from each of the SL servers that they are ready, Searchlight initiates the search in accordance with the profile defined and displays the remote search status screen. As each of the SL servers completes its search, it is moved to the right-hand list box. Although only 5 files contain the search word Searchlight, 25 files in total were found during the enterprise search. This is because each of the 5 SL servers found all 5 files that contain the search word Searchlight. This is as expected, because all 5 SL servers searched the same folder path, namely the path named 1000 postcode files, which is located as a subdirectory under Searchlight's test data folder. On selecting Yes from the search summary screen, the search results screen is displayed. If we select the File Names radio button, we can see the 5 files that were found. Even though 25 files were found, this list only displays 5 file names, as it only displays a unique list of file names that were found. On now selecting the Log File button, the search log file is displayed. If we scroll towards the bottom of the report, we can see that the report indicates that 5,000 files were searched, 25 files were found, and the search took a total of 35 seconds. Even though there are only 1,000 files, 5,000 files were searched, because each of the 5 SL servers searched all of the 1,000 files. Now, let's exit the results screen and return to the Enterprise Search screen. In order to perform the same search, but using the federated option, we simply check the federated search checkbox and select Search. The federated search follows a very similar process as the enterprise search, but internally, the search engine is operating in a much more efficient way. When the search finishes, the search summary, as before, is displayed. However, this time only 5 files were found, which is what we'd expect as only 5 files contain the search word Searchlight. If we select yes, the results screen is displayed, and on clicking the File Names radio button, 5 file names are displayed, as we'd expect. However, if we now select the Log File button, and scroll to the bottom of the report, we see something quite different to what we saw on completion of the enterprise search. We see that 1,000 files were searched, 5 files were found, and the search took just 12 seconds. Thus, in this example, the federated search achieved a 65% increase in speed, whilst at the same time, producing the same results as a non-federated search. This demonstration just searched 1,000 files, but it could have easily searched hundreds of thousands of files, just as efficiently. I hope this demonstration has shown you the true power of a federated search, and just how easy it is to invoke. Well, that concludes this demonstration of Searchlight's federated search capability. I hope you found it useful, and don't forget to check out the many other Searchlight tutorials available. And thank you for watching.